3 months ago, as soon as I'd wake up, my mind would start racing all over the place. It's because I just knew my day was going to be super busy and even more stressful. Between a 9-to-5 job, online business, running a physical store, as well as friends and family. I mean, you can even see it from my questionable YouTube upload schedule. So I've really had to zone in and find a way to manage my time, workload, and honestly, just my life. And as someone who's tested out hundreds, maybe even thousands of AI tools at this point, and you guys seem to love the videos where I talk about them, I thought I'd share with you guys the 4 AI tools that have genuinely changed my life as a software engineer, wannabe entrepreneur, and of course, YouTuber and content creator. And what better way to show them to you than in the first episode of my new series. Welcome to the showcase. So let's start with this. One of the things I do every single day is I set aside 30 to 45 minutes to read or kind of delve into one of the subjects that I'm trying to learn. And one of the things I've really found helps me is listening along to what I'm reading. This is actually a popular reading technique called immersion reading, and companies like Audible offer this within their application. And this is pretty easy for a lot of books, but what about just the random stuff on the internet? Or if it's an article or a newsletter that I'm trying to consume? As you can tell, this is probably a lot more difficult, but I found a way.
My man.
There's an AI tool called Audio Read, which kind of says what it does on the can, and a lot of people don't seem to know about it. It can turn any piece of text into an audio podcast for you to listen to. So for example, I get sent a newsletter every single day called the Milk Road, which is a crypto newsletter that kind of summarizes what's happened in the day. And it's a quick read, probably like 5 or 6 minutes or so, but I like to spend a bit more time on it, take notes, that kind of thing. So what I usually do is, one of my first tasks in the morning is load the newsletter from yesterday, load it up into Audio Read, have that ready for me to listen to and read along for, whatever time I kind of do that in the day. And honestly, it's pretty incredible. Sometimes I don't even read along. I kind of listen to it when I'm on a jog or when I'm on a drive, just so I can keep up to date with my news and I don't have to worry about sitting down and kind of dedicating the time to read it. And it's pretty easy to set up. Once you have an account, add it as a Chrome extension, and from there, you've got one of 3 options. You can scroll to the web page that has your text and have it audiomize it all into sound for you. Or you can just paste the text or upload a PDF into it and it does exactly the same thing for you. Pretty convenient. And if you're someone who wants to save time or just doesn't like reading and prefers to listen to their stuff, this might be for you. But that's not all. You can also subscribe to this channel, and whilst you're there, leave a cheeky comment telling me what AI tools you want me to showcase next, and I will do that for you. Back to the video. Let's talk about emails, the bane of my life. I hate going through emails, you do too. It's monotonous, it's long, it's filled with spam from email lists you've been added to years ago, and because of this I've looked hard for an email solution that's worth my time. Most of them really aren't, but this one actually is. Funnily enough, my mom actually moved into a new role at work and she asked me for an email solution for her. I think she gets a lot of emails, she wants a quick way to reply or summarize emails, that kind of thing. And I've given this to her as well. So if it wasn't for mom, you guys wouldn't have this one. So everyone spam, shout out Mama Foya in the comments. And while you're there, like the video as well. Anyway, Canary Mail is the answer. And why is this the answer? Well, let me show you. So to start off with, you have a dashboard that shows you everything all at once, like upcoming events. So Trevor Casanova never misses one of his dates. You can also see recent documents you've been sent, some of your newsletters, some of your top contacts. But that's not all. It has a co-pilot feature that can write and reply to emails for you, which is probably why Mama Foya wanted it in the first place. And it's pretty solid, a few simple prompts, and it writes an email in line with exactly what you'd like to reply or send to whoever you're sending it to. Now, it can sound a little bit robotic at times, but it's a good guideline for whatever emails you have, or if you're sending or replying to bulk emails. This is a good way to structure most of it, and you can tweak it to sound a bit more like maybe how you would talk. Another one of my favorite features is its ability to summarize conversations. So if you don't feel like reading the whole email, it can summarize that email for you in about 2 or 3 sentences. It's a little TLDR, and it's actually pretty good. And those are some of my favorite features, and have actually made it easy for me to go through my emails, reply to emails, summarize them, that kind of thing. But it has loads more that you might be able to use. You can save templates, so if you regularly send out emails, for example, if I have a set email that I like to send to sponsors so they can sponsor my video, if there are any sponsors watching, feel free to email me. You can send encrypted messages for all your dirty little secrets. You can automatically clean your inbox and loads of other stuff, but you can check it out for yourself. Canary Mail, very useful. I do recommend it. Okay, so I film content all the time, whether that's for this channel, for shorts, TikTok, or for my podcast. I'm always filming. And if you've done this too, you know things never go to plan. Batteries die, microphones stop working, and I found a really good solution that's helped me out more times than I can count. It's called Adobe Podcast, and more specifically, their speech enhancement tool. It uses AI to clear up any audio issues you have. Let me show you an example. So I've escaped the prison cell that is my office. These are the things I do for this YouTube channel. To come and show you how well the Adobe Podcast speech enhancement tool works. What you probably don't know is I've been using this whole time. So this is actually what it sounds like when the tool is off. And you can probably hear a lot more wind, a lot more muffling. I'm not sure how clearly you can hear me. I'm just using my iPhone mic. But if I turn it back on, you can hear the difference is clear. It sounds pretty much like studio quality, and I see a lot of people making YouTube videos, TikToks, that kind of thing with bad audio. Maybe you might not realize, but audio matters far more than video quality does, and people are far more likely to click off your videos and that kind of thing. So if I was you, or if I was anyone, try out this tool. It's free at the moment. We don't know how long for. These AI tools are here for us to take advantage of, and if you're not, then you're missing out. So check this one out, do yourself a favor, and let me get back before this heat melts. And for those of you who thought I was going to be edgy, I was going to be some sort of hippie about all this and not mention ChatGPT, you were wrong. It's incredible. It's the single most powerful AI tool I've found and has made biggest impact to my life personally. There's a reason it's the fastest growing internet thing ever. Let me give you some examples of how I use it on a day-to-day basis. Earlier, you may have heard me say, I thought I'd share with you guys the 4 AI tools that have genuinely changed my life as a software engineer. And let me bring you in on a bit of a secret. 40 to 60% of this job is searching up on the internet other people's code that you can reuse or rehash to kind of, match what you're trying to do. And guess what ChatGPT does for me now? It's literally my new Google. The other day I was writing some prep for my podcast, shameless plug, check out the Business and Banter podcast, and we discussed different business topics and entrepreneurs, and I wanted a summary of an entrepreneur's life. I literally typed this into ChatGPT and it gave me a good summary of the person's business life, just like that. I attended a friend's wedding and I needed a wedding speech, and what did I use? ChatGPT. I've started working out again, and to write my workout guide and eating plan I used ChatGPT. I mean, where do you start and stop with this thing? If you haven't tried it out yet, you need to get up under whatever rock it is that you've been under, accept that AI is here to stay, use it to your advantage, especially ChatGPT. And one more recommendation I have for you is to hit the subscribe button below for more beautiful content. And if you enjoyed this, I know you'll like this video too. Love you guys, stay safe, peace.